Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name's Preston, and today we're redoing the news. Sorry about the soundless previously uploaded version of this. Oops. But let's jump right into what we're here to talk about again. We got an announcement for a new premium card collection that will be on sale starting January 27th at 12 p.m. And what it looks like to me is tournament pack reprints, as well as a couple event pack reprints with the Sanji and the Jinbei. The rest of them look like the alt arts that we got for our tournament packs in the last year, with a small addition of these look like they're full arts, so borderless, and I believe the tournament packs had the white border. But this goes on sale at the beginning of the Bandai Games Card Fest World Tour in Los Angeles, and we'll have to see when they get delivered. I'm not expecting to see them in LA, but shipping usually takes like 6 months, so we'll see them down the road. But really exciting for people that maybe didn't get a couple of these. Maybe these will come foil, because I don't think most of them were foil. And then that would be a collector's item that people don't have access to. So not only is it a reprint, but possibly an upgrade. Get a quick close-up of that. We got Brook, the Wano twins, Jinbei, Sentamaru, Jack, Shirahoshi, Sanji. And then there's Fukuru and Black Maria, which I believe all have been reprinted a few times. So excited to see these coming back around. Hopefully they're even more spectacular than the first time, and we get something that's worth paying probably between $25 and $30 for, as well as the Luffy. I'm assuming that's also going to be included, which is it is what it is for all of these, I guess. So these are reprints. If you already have them, you don't need more. Maybe you do, I don't know. Leave that up to you. Next up, we have an announcement from the English side of the TCG world, with the national championships having open seats. So they are going to do a lottery for people that have spectator tickets. So get your spectator ticket for the LA event so that you can get into the lottery, and if you get picked, you get put into the main event, and your spectator ticket gets taken away, because you'll be playing in the main tournament, which is super cool. So get those in. Look for an announcement on the 16th between 6 p.m. so that you can actually click whatever link they're going to require you to join the lottery, it seems like, and then you'll possibly make it. And if not, you have your spectator ticket and you can go and do side events and all that stuff. So I think it's a good opportunity for a few people to get in. They're not stating how many people are going to get in, which it's probably in the maybe tens or so. I can't imagine that many people canceled their ticket after pre-qualifying, but maybe they did. We'll have to see. I hope to get in. That would be super cool to sneak in and go X3 drop for the day. We're going to move on to our card reviews now. We got our first one here, Prince Ballet, blue character, 2 cost, 2k power, impel down, 2k counter. Dawn ×1, when attacking, if you have 1 or less cards in your hand, return up to 1 character with a cost of 3 or less to the owner's hand. Alright, so this is impel down, and remembering what impel down does is they want to have a low hand cost, so that they can get a lot of their effects off. So you're most likely going to be hitting this when you're playing it in the impel down deck, and I'm not sure what cards you want to bounce back. I know there's Buggy that does the searching, but other than Buggy, I don't know what else you want to bounce back. But blue is great for on-play and for on-play draws, so you could always bounce back your Kaya to get that 2k counter or to get that extra draw power. And since it's not leader restricted to impel down, you could see this in like a Nami, because maybe, I don't know, because of the 2k counter, it's always nice late game. Being able to return stuff isn't bad, but that Nami deck has been so tight on its list since it came out, it really hasn't changed. So maybe they don't want to play something that needs to attack. It's a wasted Dawn or something. In any case, interesting to get the blue impel down stuff. I don't know if this card alone makes it relevant, and I really don't know if there's been anything in this set to actually revitalize that effect, that whole deck. But it is getting printed in a 2K counter. I can't imagine them skipping on it. So we'll have to see. The next card is interesting because we are getting alt arts now, but we haven't seen this Killer and Eustace card officially released yet. This is our Chopper that we saw a few weeks ago. It's an SR, but we got this really gorgeous alt art before we even got to see the original art, which is really interesting that the release schedule for these cards are so out of order and stuff like that for this set. But here is the original art because of course it's been leaked somewhere, and this is what this does. Kid and Killer, red character, 4 cost 5k power, supernova, and Kid Pirates. Rush. When attacking, if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, this character gains 2k power until the end of the turn. This is pretty cool, and being Kid Pirates is great for red-purple decks. Being Supernova is really great for green-red decks, and being a 5 or less, being less than 5 cost, I could see this being played in the Trafalgar Law deck, being able to gain stuff, possibly bringing back some spice into the red-green Luffy, because between Law and the Restand Law and Luffy, this character could attack twice. And because it doesn't say once per turn here, you could get a 7k attack and a 9k attack if you're playing Law and you restand with the Restand Law, or it would be 7 and 10 with the Luffy effect, which is a really interesting rusher to get on potentially turn 2, or even to get really late in the game. Being able to pull out those 2 attacks out of nowhere is going to be incredible to bring back Luffy, or to give some new spice to Law, which really doesn't get much spicier than set 2 for the most part. Really excited for this, and these characters are fun. I enjoy them, so hopefully it gets a lot of play. Next up we have Hamlet, blue character, 3 cost 4k power, Animal Kingdom Pirates, Smile, 1k counter. If you have 4 or less cards in your hand, your Smile type characters gain 1000 power. So this is only going to be really playable in blue-purple Kaido or a blue-purple deck, because most of Smile is in purple and very underplayed because it's been generally pretty bad. They haven't had enough to make it meta relevant, and now we're getting them in blue, so you're taking out all of your mono purple leaders that could possibly play Smile and succeed. You're getting them now in blue for some reason. I think if you're gonna boost Smile, it had to be purple, because playing purple blue and then playing a archetype that's been just so bad up until this point is really awkward, and I don't think it's going to see much play. We do know that getting an extra 1000 power to all of your characters is great. Zoro does that, so if we get enough support for Smile, this could be a great card to just play and trigger that 4 or less cards in hand. And it seems like it's a not just on your turn, so all of your characters gain 1000 forever. So it could be good. It just is in a deck that is bad, so unfortunate. But we'll have to see what happens, because I'm guessing this is going to fill a box in bulk, or just be a finishing of your set numbers. But unfortunate, but it happens, and we'll have to move on to the next one, and that is this guy here. Mr. 9, purple character, 3 cost 4k power, Baroque Works, 1k counter. On opponent's attack, once per turn, Dawn -1, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 2 or less characters. So Baroque Works has a couple ways to be able to play this in a more exciting way. Being able to KO is nice, and you could use like Daz Bones to get it out. This doesn't have a trigger play, which is unfortunate, because a lot of Baroque Works has trigger play. and I feel like its cost to power ratio is kind of awkward. But being able to KO on your opponent's turn is not bad, and 2 or less isn't terrible. And the issue I have with purple, yellow, crocodile decks and the Baroque work side is you get to play yellow as well. And yellow has so many good character cards and good cards in general to play, and I just don't know where Mr. 9 fits in that deck, because their yellow cards are going to be good, and the purple cards that have come out so far generally work well together. So it's interesting, and being able to KO a 2 or less early on might be great, and your leader effect works with it, but I feel like purple is just not being played in general, so I don't really have to worry about this card. Or purple in general. So moving on to the last bit of news, like I said earlier, we're getting a lot of alt arts and a lot of leaks of alt art. So we have just a couple alt arts to finish up the episode. We have Von Clay's alt, which I believe he's a secret, and it's the Nami version from Impel Down, which is probably just gonna sell for so much. It's going to be such a high price card in my opinion. And moving on to the other ones, we have Wednesday, Inazuma, Cavendish, the Charlotte Brat, and that's pretty much it for alts. There's been a bunch of leaks that I'm not covering because I'm trying to keep it really short, and I know they're going to come out officially at some point, and if they don't hit the Twitter, we do color reviews after a full set has come out. So if we don't get to a card that's been leaked, we will get to it eventually. But that's all we have today, and if you've gotten this far and you saw yesterday's video and you're back, thank you all for watching and tuning in, and until next time, peace.